I don't know if everyone's like this, but the famous thing about me is even if I'm driving down the street, like a 2-minute drive, I need an hour buffer on either end to just sit in the car and stare at my phone. Yeah, sort of. That's like my version of gooning.
Yeah.
Some people do that in the privacy of their own home. I do it in an idling car in public. Just stare. Like I need to decompress from the drive.
I have walked in on you in that moment, and I was like, I should leave.
Oh yeah, exactly.
It's a private moment that I'm interrupting. Yeah,
I'm doing full goon face, just staring at my phone, brain completely atrophied.
And I'm like, Greg, Greg. Oh no, Greg. I thought this was a duet. Oh, so you're just gonna sing all the parts? Those are not the right sounds. Can you hear me? Bonk.
Welcome to Miss Thing. I'm Greg.
And I'm Tim. And this is a podcast that celebrates and appreciates the Miss Things of the past, present, and future.
Yeah, in every episode, we take a key moment from our Miss Thing's storied career and do what we are most skilled at, which is make it all about us.
Yes.
I finished Pluribus last night.
You sneaky little minx.
I finally finished it. I've been really slow rolling it.
Yeah.
Not saying anything new.
Yeah.
Fabulous television program.
Right? She's so good.
She is excellent. The show is so good. I love the journey it has taken us on.
It feels like a gift in the sense of like Vince Gilligan has been, listen, I feel like we both did this, which is we didn't go on the Better Call Saul journey.
No, I need to. I'm ready.
I know, but I think it was like, for me, it was like too close and too similar to Breaking Bad.
Completely
and I needed
agree.
A little bit of a break.
Completely
and
agree.
then now it's fun because it's still weirdly, because I love how much he loves, what's the state? Is it like, what state?
New Mexico.
New Mexico. He always does everything in New Mexico. And I just like, it feels like it's weirdly in that world, but completely new. It's so well done.
Oh my God.
And I really feel like, you almost feel like it's such a high concept show that it wouldn't like work, but it does because he's a brilliant writer.
It took me maybe like 2-3 episodes to get into, but I remember like by the third, I was like, oh, okay, now I'm fully in. Like, and I was really liking it, but I was seeing that it was sort of doing different things every episode. And then it got really like quiet by the end.
Yeah.
But I found it quite emotionally bruising in a lot of ways. And I just felt very like safe in Vince Gilligan's hands.
What I love about the show though is, and this is something that I'm going to like bravely talk about here on the pod, which is I want more lesbian friends.
Yes.
I try so hard with lesbians. I love them. I feel like I'm always like, whenever I'm working with one, I come on too strong because I'm always like, oh my God, we're going to be best friends. And they put up with me.
And lesbians, let me tell you, they sense that.
Exactly. And I'm like, every time I'm like coming, I'm like, I just made a new best friend. We're going to be great. And they sort of don't have any desire. I also feel like lesbians are sort of like, I've got my circle. I've got the people who are coming to my house for game night. You are not one of them.
Right.
And I respect it, but it makes me want to get in there even more. And what this show does, it allows me to be friends with a lesbian.
It allows you to be loved and share love with a lesbian.
Yes, and to me, it's like this wish fulfillment of like me and Carol are best friends.
Carol Sturka, let's call her by her given name.
And exactly, whereas Carol Sturka would hate me in real life.
Yes.
But
God, she would hate your guts.
Absolutely. But I get to have this voyeur relationship with her, much like the show itself.
Yes.
It's the biggest show on that Apple has ever had to date, and it's great that it's like the lead of it is a lesbian. I want more lesbians in my life, however I can get them.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
And you are going to only have lesbians in your life who don't
TV.
actually know who you are.
And listen, if there are any lesbian Jennifer shows,
sure, please reach out. Please
reach
come
out.
on the pod.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, he will scare you away.
I will, yeah.
Listen, but
I'll
you know,
have to be sedated.
I can hopefully try and make you a little comfortable. But you're more than welcome on the pod. I know you do not feel pressure.
You know what I had to be sedated from last night, though?
Please tell me.
Saw very Hollywood of us, but I went to a Q&A screening. I'd never seen Marty Supreme. And last night they did a Marty Supreme Q&A with Timothée Chalamet.
Uh-huh.
And I was in like the back row, watched it. Great movie, by the way.
So we both now know, at one point we said we don't know what a Marty Supreme is and we don't want to know. But unfortunately, or fortunately, we both do know what a Marty Supreme is now.
I love Marty Supreme.
That's an interesting take.
I loved it. You didn't like it?
I
thought it was fantastic.
Surprised by how much I liked it.
Yeah.
For the first half, third, then it got too long in the middle, and then by the end I think I liked it, but in the middle when it slowed down almost to a stop for me, it got a little like grating. I was just like, this is uncut gems without the stakes.
Oh, see, I think I liked it because it's still like, I feel like the Safdie brothers, or each individual Safdie, they really excel at the anxiety movie.
Yeah.
But this one to me was a kind of a more hopeful one. It has a happy ending, and it like it does. It does. It has like this, because to me it's a tried and true sports movie, or like it's in typical screenwriting terms where it's like he gets his goal but in a way that you wouldn't anticipate it, and it's also not the exact goal of what he thought, which is like he still gets to play the game but not at where he wanted you, and then he realizes that the actual goal is the family.
Yes.
And so it's like you realize you go on that journey, which I thought like was for them, they normally don't do that. And so I was like, oh, I like that they're doing a kind of like, I don't know, straight down the line movie, but still Safdie Brothers-esque.
I agree. There was, and by the way, there was a lot that I really liked about it. And even the first third, I was like, whoa, I'm liking this way more than I expected. But I think it needs a half hour trimmed off of it.
Well, okay, famously, halfway through, the projector stopped working. So we went down for 20 minutes. Also, this was at the Vista, and they gave you free popcorn and free soda, which was amazing.
Okay, well, again, my phone didn't make
you were watching Pluribus, but,
sure.
So I did feel like there was parts where it was long, but I couldn't tell if it's because we went down for an intermission.
Yeah,
but I mean, Timothée Chalamet is like charisma times 10 in this movie or whatever. He's a great, to me, like I haven't seen Bob Dylan or whatever. I'm not sure, because we famously don't care about the best actor race.
Never.
So I couldn't tell you who else he's up against, but I was like
he's up against Leo, and I personally think Leo should win.
Leo is great in it. I'm not denying like either thing. It's like it's a career Oscar for him.
Yeah.
And that last scene of him, he is acting like up a storm or whatever.
It was like, yes. Oh, I'm being so I like, don't think I'm being antagonistic because I did like this movie. It's also I felt that movie was uncut gems without the stakes, and at the end he and Call Me by Your Name, he had a crying scene. So I'm like, I've seen this all before, but
I know what you mean, because I saw
I'm being so hater sounding, where actually I'm just being tough on the film, even though I liked it.
I think that's, I was gonna say, I also kind of felt that when I was walking out, where I was like nitpicking little parts of it, because I do think the Safdie brothers don't necessarily do women right. I think that the women in all of their films can slightly come across as like the classic mother, wife, girlfriend, and even though they have very interesting parts, they sometimes
feel regressive in a way.
That there's ways where it's like, wait, so she's just like she's doing all of this to like help him achieve his goal and like reducing herself. Right. But at the same time, like you can make the case, which is not, since it's his story, it's like seeing that they are kindred spirits. She's also kind of a con artist just like him. But like, I always kind of feel like they should have, the cast, like this is what I'll say about the movie, and then we're going to move on.
A star is born.
But why I brought this up is like, I was so very you actually. Like I finished the movie and I was like, immediately I turned to Claude, who I was seeing with, and I was like doing some nitpicky things. Didn't realize, since we were in the last row, Timothy and Josh were right behind me, waiting to go up to do the Q&A. We didn't say anything like negative.
Sure.
But it was something where it was like, I should have been sedated. Like I could have just started with positive stuff, and instead I was just like saying just like nitpicky things, even though I loved it. And I was like, I hope that they could see that I was truly enraptured by the film, but then we couldn't help ourselves. I'm like, well, this and this. And then like, they're like, please welcome to the stage. And I am not kidding you, directly behind my head.
That is so hilarious. And of course, I mean, the second you decide to like use your tongue again, even like remotely against someone, you are guaranteed to be speaking like directly into their ear.
I actually didn't say it. I think I even did compliment because I genuinely think, and I'm sorry to all the other male, actually, I would say this. I think Paul Mescal and Timothée Chalamet are the actors of this generation, and there's some other ones that are trying to be of this level. And
We're not naming names, but Josh O'Connor.
No, I wasn't going to say that. I was going to say, well, this is all light and love. I'm not going to name it, but there's other ones who've been nominated for that are in similar movies to Timothée Chalamet, and I just don't think that they have it. But it is time for our first segment.
Dod Mom Sauce, a.k.a. Doll of the Day, Mother of the Moment, Sister of the Second. Our first
and most famous
segment where we take a person, place, or thing that we are currently super obsessed with.
Yes.
And I will gladly go first.
Please.
Okay, so I don't think I've ever used this as a Dod Mom Sauce in the past, particularly not on the podcast, but never in my life. And for whatever reason, right now, I am so obsessed with the Olympics. I am, and not only, and specifically, the figure skating, but not even the girl figure skating, which is what I'm usually obsessed with. I am so knee deep in the boys figure skating right now. I am weeping watching this. I am so blown away by what I'm seeing.
I'm so out of the loop. I've not done any Olympics.
Well, you need to start. Okay. Well, first of all, there is a big like male ice skater representing the United States right now. His name is Ilya. Imagine. Whoa. Yeah. I mean, perfect timing. He's sort of like coming to the Olympics at this moment. I have been fed his videos before. He is remarkable. They call him the quad god.
Wait, I know this is a complete tangent, but this is a stroke of genius that I feel like I'm sure other people have thought of before. So I'm not saying I've thought of it before, but maybe I did. Which is, don't you think that Connor Storrie would be perfect as Achilles in Song of Achilles?
Well, I'd have had to have read that book. So I do think that...
I'm telling you, it is... I mean, you know who Achilles is.
Isn't it gay, right?
Yeah, it's gay, and it's he's just playing Achilles, which, a.k.a. if you watch Troy with Brad
heel.
Pitt. Yeah, but I'm just saying it's a love story between the two.
I can see that, especially given, like, I haven't read
literally,
the book.
By the way, it's literally him to a T, and I was like, I had that thought, and I'm sure other people have too, because it's like, it doesn't take that much, but I was like, why isn't like Luca Guadagnino making that movie with him? You now literally have the perfect specimen to do it.
Well, never. First of all, haven't read the book. Have seen the cover. He has the same hair. He is also copying my old hair story, which is fine.
Anyway,
everyone can do that. But I do think that you bring that up, I think he should be live action Hercules.
Yeah,
everyone's been talking about that going on and on about who should play that.
And Ariana Grande should be
because typecast because of the ponytail.
And also because she sang it live in whatever. And
it's more the ponytail for me.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So Olympics. Ice skating.
Oh my God! No, I'm so Ilya, the quad god. I don't know.
Quad god.
That's what they're calling him, and that. It's incredible branding. Good. I do think of like the muscle, the quads. No, he does 4 turns. I know. That's what I keep thinking.
Okay.
No, thank you. Thank you. That's immediately you're thinking of the muscle, the quads. You're like some figure skater would have like great quads.
That's for sure a grinder name.
Quad god, for sure. Yeah. So he's amazing. The Japanese guy is amazing. And there was like they were up for the medals the other day. They were like doing the final competition or whatever, and Team USA ended up getting gold, which was great. Ilya, quad god, did his routine. He kind of was like faltering. He fell at one point, and he still like slightly beat out the Japanese guy, which I could not watch. That actually like made me so upset for the Japanese team, because I felt like he was so close, but like Quad God just does technically harder moves. So even if he's falling and doesn't skate perfectly, he still like wins.
Yeah.
That's neither here nor there. But it's Italy, the Italian guy, and they're doing it in Milan. He started skating. He was like not placed yet. He was like placed under. He skated perfectly. He skated to the Interstellar music. So I'm already like, okay, I'm so emotional, which is like Interstellar is second to Arrival.
Yeah.
So emotional listening to it. He is skating so beautifully, so perfectly. I just start crying. And then he finishes, he does the whole routine.
Burst.
Perfectly. Perfectly. And he just like collapses and like then starts screaming. And it was the most emotional thing. And he brought Italy, like he got Italy the bronze medal.
Hell yeah.
And I was fucking weeping. Like I'm getting so excited thinking about it. It was just so beautiful to watch. Someone in their home country like do so fucking well, skate as great as they could at the moment they needed to, and win.
You're getting emotional. You are.
Like, this was like the most beautiful thing. I was like inconsolable. It's really, really challenging to root for the US right now.
Why? Oh, in general. Yes, but I was going to say like
it's just a very you can feel it's very complicated.
No, but okay, also which I don't think either of us really watched, but it was like in the same way like I was rooting for Bad Bunny at the Super Bowl.
Oh my God.
In the sense of like that is the type of America I want to root for, which is like when he's listing all of the different South American countries because we are all America. That is beautiful, and like that is something where it's like it makes you and it's like even you feel weird saying it, but it's like makes you proud to be an American. Where you're like that right there is beautiful, is stunning. Obviously, I'm sort of, Shane on the other line when he's speaking Russian, where I'm like, I have no idea what you're saying.
Totally.
But I'm crying.
Yeah, a moment for Bad Bunny's remarkable performance. It was the best Super Bowl halftime show I've seen in years.
It was great.
So special. Anyways.
Well, this is perfect segue into my Dad Mom sauce, and because it's a global Dad Mom sauce today.
Okay.
But unfortunately, I'm going across the pond.
Oh.
And what I am obsessed with is the Traitors UK Celebrity. I'm on the finale.
Wow.
I
can't get you to watch anything that I ask you to watch.
I had a friend visiting from Ireland, and I had already seen the Alan Carr like snippets online, and I was like, oh, and then she was like, let's watch this on Saturday we started together.
She flew in from Ireland and
literally it was like the best. She flew in, and then we were literally just like day drinking, and then like we're like, let's just like do on a go. I was like, no, let's just like catch up and sit on a couch and watch Traitors.
Love
it was
that.
The best. And literally it is so good. I know I'm a month behind.
Yeah.
But like, and I'm not because I want you to watch it.
Yeah.
But I'm obsessed because it is so soothing. It is literally, first off, Alan Carr, hilarious.
Oh, he's so
many funny comments.
Yeah.
Speaking of like, we don't have enough hysterical gay men just like throughout the culture, and he just like takes over this show. So funny.
We're not we're not allowed to have like gay men that are funny like that and sharp and smart here in the United States like that. We're the only ones. We're coming for the Alan Carr crown, and we are dumb as shit.
And it is literally not only that, it makes you like, it feels like Drag Race in the sense of you're rooting for these gay men, but the other thing, what I love the most is they are so polite. It is laughable. It is so, they will be like, so when they're voting for people, they will be like, my favorite is, there's a couple people who will be like, okay, Greg, I think that, and I'm so sorry to do this, because I think that you are delicious. Yeah. I think you are stunning. But I think that you're a traitor. But I think you're a traitor because you are so smart, and I only think that you could be a traitor because of your massive intelligence. And when you cut to the US and they're like, you are two-faced, you're a villain, there's nothing redeemable about you, you are a racist, and you are a traitor.
Yeah.
It is night and day.
Yeah, but to me, see, I think British people, and they're my favorite people on the planet.
Yeah.
You know, I want to live in the UK. I think British people are so incredibly cutting and rude and hardcore in their politeness. Like they are so witty and intelligent with the way that they read a fucking bitch down that I don't see it as polite, but I'm just in
you have to
awe
watch
and
the cast.
admiration.
It's all like you have to watch because it's Stephen Fry, who I believe you've worked with.
I have worked with Stephen Fry. Is another gay man.
Yes, it's like all kind of like national heroes. Like they really did pick like very upstanding people for the celebrities because it's also for charity.
Sure.
And
why do they not do that here?
I know.
Because these people are like more hard
also
up
the celebrities are not reality stars. They're all real stars. Like they're all like this one actress. It's like the equivalent of like Katie Couric or whatever. They have like tons of like real. There's not a single reality star I don't think in the cast. Correct me. I don't know if I'm whatever, but it is so like. I don't want to say too much because I really want you to watch it.
I kind of know some of the moves.
It's one of those things where it's like they can't help but give everyone the benefit of the doubt constantly. So it's such a funny thing where this is the first time I've ever in my life rooted for the faithfuls.
Oh,
it's a really fun season because it's so like
I'm starting to root for the faithfuls on this season, which is crazy because I don't like a single one of them.
Yeah. Again, it just feels like you feel just like you're wrapped in a warm blanket while watching it. It still has the stakes. It still has a simmering of anxiety, but with like a nice warm cup of tea.
It's obsessed. Like they all went to charm school and like they graduated like with their doctorate in charm.
I can't recommend it enough. There are so many icons on this season. You got to watch.
I'm in. Yeah. I'm so in. I'm like jonesing for a really good season of Traitors because I think we're going to boring Snoozeville on this one now.
I agree. And
with that, let's go watch the entire season while we're on break. Yeah. We're back, and it's time for our Miss Thing of the Week.
She is a behemoth. She is just truly, there are certain people who are like stars, and then there is sort of ones that were just like put on this earth to be a star straight out the womb.
And then there's some people that were born put on this earth to be star/producer extraordinaires.
Yeah.
And that is our Miss Thing this week. Let's just get into it.
Our Miss Thing of the week is
Margot Robbie. I mean, name a more powerful woman in Hollywood.
Truly. Name like and again, not that it's all about looks, but talk about literally
international smile.
Yes.
Ageless in so many ways.
I mean, she should be the sponsor for Colgate, for Crest, for all of them, for Invisalign, whatever.
She's, remarkable. I mean, let's just get into the credits. I mean, let's
start with the reason why we're doing her, which is Wuthering Heights, which by the time this episode comes out, will have taken the world by storm the previous weekend.
Yes, I cannot wait.
Me neither.
Obviously haven't read the book.
I haven't read it, but it sounds like the book is sort of just like a touch point, but then they don't really like remain faithful to it, and it's more like a fun modernized take. So I'm very excited.
Yeah.
I feel like we need more like big romantic, like yearning events.
This feels like an event, and I think but now, I mean, Margot. I think it all started really with Barbie, and the eventizing of anything she's in. Yeah. I don't know if it's like her powerful marketing brain or something, but now everything this woman does becomes a cultural like. Everything in the culture is sort of like colliding to be about this.
I think she has really great taste.
Yes.
I think that she is also it's similar to like when you've like I like remember we will do her at one point my ultimate Miss Thing Goldie Hawn, her time of doing Private Benjamin, where it's like you're in the industry long enough that you have enough clout that then you start your own production company and then you can like make things that you've always wanted to with the people that you want. You sort of get to finally like like the studio heads will listen to you. You get to have, and that it goes back like this woman is playing 3D chess in the sense of she is the one who like discovered Emerald Fennell in the sense of not that she discovered her, but she was the one who partnered with her production company for A Promising Young Woman,
which started it all in a different way.
Exactly. And then then it's like she was playing this long game of like, and then she wasn't starring in her movies, and then Saltburn became this huge phenomenon a couple years ago, and now the third round in, she's actually going to be the star. So it's like she's been just waiting and like biding her time for a huge movie,
but not even like waiting, like actively
helping,
nurturing the career. And also, like, not for nothing, she also produced an off-Broadway show last year, like the Big Gay Musical. She has like a taste for sort of smaller things too that are a little more niche, that can like, but that are super clever and creative. Like, that's what I think. And again, not to even bring it back to Barbie, because we've been seeing her like in Wolf of Wall Street. Like, we've been seeing her just fucking blow up the screen.
I mean, Suicide Squad.
Oh, right.
It's
exactly.
Like she is, the thing that I love about Margot is she is like, she has taste, but she's not pretentious. It's kind of what we were saying last week, where you're like, I'm sick of art house movies. It's like, she can do your I, Tanyas. She can do these Academy. What was the one where it was all about it was like her, Nicole Kidman, Charlize Theron.
Oh, Bombshell.
Yeah.
Like, Mary Queen of Scots.
Yeah, she can do these kind of like big prestigious ones, but then she can also do these like huge blockbusters as well. And she like, you can tell that she like genuinely loves movies.
Yes. But she has the power and the taste to make it interesting.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that I again, not to make it about Barbie, but like, yes, to make it about Barbie for a second. The reason that movie made over $1 billion and was so giant and culturally significant is because it defied every sort of expectation of what Barbie was. And then it was like all about like the way Barbie is imagined. Like, it is such a big swing and such a big property, and comes with so much expectation. And then to make that weird, funny, emotional movie, talk about a movie that makes me cry.
Well, and that's also why she is great, is like, one, we can't help but state the obvious, which is just like, just physically, she is Barbie. It's excellent casting.
Yes.
But the second thing is like, she is smart enough to align herself with incredibly talented directors and DPs, and she's way behind the scenes making sure that like she clearly loves filmmaking, and she knows all the different department heads and who to align herself with, but also that she's smart enough, especially as when certain stars get so huge, they can get too big for their bridges, and they can think like
too big for their Phoebe Bridgers.
Yeah, I heard myself say that too. But just like that, like, she knows that like this is Greta's product. Like, I am gonna let Greta do what Greta does. Same with Wuthering Heights. This is Emerald Fennell's vision. I am going to let her do it, and I am just the actor in this piece, and however I can help as a producer, I will. But you can just clearly tell that she's giving herself completely over to the vision. She was in Babylon, which I never saw, but everyone I've actually talked to who knows something is saying like that movie is her best performance, and that it's one of those things where it's like she gave herself fully over to Damien Chazelle. Same with like her famous story of how she got her big break with Martin Scorsese in Wolf of Wall Street, which is like, they did the audition and she was the only one. And I think she has this tenacity, and she has this like fierce, like, I just think she's a solid example of someone who is a workhorse and a show horse. In the sense of
fearless.
Yeah. She will literally, in that thing, the famous story goes is that she was auditioning with Leo. She was a no one. And in the audition, she slapped him. And like, that is how she got the part, which was like, that shocked Leo. She thought either I have to do something that feels rooted in the character that they will remember me.
I have not heard that. Yeah, that's so, Leo was so Oprah. You just shocked me.
Exactly. And I'm saying like, that's a perfect summary of her, you know, where I feel like you can write her off because of her beauty, but it's actually one of those things where it's like, there's a reason why she has become this huge, like, she didn't just become a like kind of sex pot. Like, she could have had that career of just like going down the Wolf of Wall Street route of just like, oh, I'm just going to play these like really hot, you know, bombshells. Yeah. And instead it was like, no, I'm going to do, when you think this, it's like, then I'm going to do this big blockbuster, and then I'm going to produce I, Tonya, and then I'm going to do whatever. Like, my favorite movie of all time, A Big, Bold, Beautiful Journey.
Right, of course.
But doing swings, like that was even though it didn't hit, it was like a creative, original IP.
Yeah.
With like a respected director with an incredible male lead, Colin Farrell. It's
right.
like she is like doing these incredible choices that you can just tell that like she is in it for the long haul, and she's so impressive in a myriad of ways.
Definitely. And Lucky Chap, if you want to produce anything of ours, we are available and ready because we love what you're doing over there. Okay.
My thing too that I want to say, what I think Margot Robbie to me is so like impressive because she is like she is the ultimate popular girl. And she is so like, you don't want to like her because she's so pretty and she's so likable. Like she feels so like in interviews and when you see all these things, like she just seems so nice. Like there's this part of you that's like jealous and petty that you're just like, I don't want to like this perfect specimen.
Right.
Like
How dare she? She also gets good grades.
Yes. It's like everything comes easy. And so you're almost like looking, and then at the same time, then like she like will genuinely like compliment your outfit and you will just like completely melt and just be like, fuck, I love you. And it's like that vibe of just like, and I feel like she is like, oh, like, so, I don't know. Like, it's like that thing of like, she is this person where you're kind of like, I don't want to like you. And yet.
You're irresistible, quite frankly.
Literally.
She's Marsha Brady.
Yes. It is one of those things with like, you want to be in the popular crowd with her. You will do anything. You will follow her. If she tells you to jump off the cliff, you will.
But she's also like so warm and inclusive. Yeah. She's like, come on, come hang out. And you're like, no, you fucking bitch.
I know.
Like, you're like so scared that she's going to turn on you at any given moment. No, I completely agree. Like, she just seems really cool.
I'm sure we will do her many more times because she's a mega star, but I think it's time that we made it all about ourselves. And I can happily go first.
Oh, I would love for you to go first. Nothing would give me more pleasure.
Thank you so much. Well, how I make Margot all about me is I think of, and this was a slept upon movie because it came out like right as the pandemic was hitting, but Birds of Prey, that movie, again.
So good.
Yes, so good.
The other Suicide Squads are like, what? And then Birds of Prey is so good.
And that, like, again, it speaks to her like power, where it's like she's like, that movie could have been like so straight down the line, but it was like so interesting and kooky and all about like female empowerment in a not like cheesy way, an organic, like realistic, lived in way,
with such cool fight sequences, by the way, and so funny. But again, it's her working with female directors. You put Margot Robbie with a female director, you've got fucking gold.
She is the ultimate example for me of she uses her power for good.
I agree.
And that makes me think of, similarly, years ago, when I was doing my web series, I got into the Austin Film Festival, and it was like this big deal, especially for me. It was like at that moment in my career, it was like a much needed validation that I like wanted, and they flew me to, or they didn't fly me, but they, I should say,
they made me fly to Austin. You also had to buy a ticket to get into the event.
No, that was free, but I did have to pay for my ticket.
It is huge. Like, Austin Film Festival, for those who are not like in the business, is a legitimate.
It's a legitimate festival, and it was like I was in the top 3, and they were going to announce that weekend like who the winner was of the 3 of us.
You were like maybe Italy.
I was maybe Italy.
Yeah,
and it's one of those things where you're like, I'm just like, it's like truly the Oscars were like, it's just like an honor to be nominated, because it really was like, you were like, this was so nice that like I got picked, I'm one of the top 3, right? And then you go, and as you're there, you're going through the weekend, and like as you're starting out, you're kind of just like, it's so cool to be surrounded by all these like legitimate filmmakers and writers. And then like, I remember at one point, this is why I'm bringing this up, they had like for all of the finalists, you got to have these like Q&As and panels where you would get to talk to very successful screenwriters. And one of them was this icon and legend, Christina Hodson. I'm shouting you out, my true miss thing, the writer of Birds of Prey.
Hell yeah.
And she's also like since written, like she wrote Bumblebee. She's like very DC. She's writing the next Batman.
So she wrote
like Fast X. She's very much like a female badass.
And she's also like writing something something where like animals are involved in the title and basically everything.
Well, she's basically like she did The Flash. She's like DC, like big blockbusters.
Sure.
But I was at this event. She was doing a like Q&A with the two other finalists plus me. I definitely had like full imposter syndrome where you're like, oh, like I don't feel like I'm good enough to be here.
Yeah.
And she was so warm, so cool. She's this like Taiwanese woman who lives in London. Stunning.
She has my life. She has my career.
Yeah, most beautiful accent in the world. She is Margot Robbie. Like, I'm not kidding you. Like, I think that like Margot Robbie, this is Margot Robbie's Margot Robbie.
Totally.
I was enamored by her. I just, again, she was the person, like, we met a lot of really cool people, but she was the one where I was like, I want to be your best friend. Like, please just like look at me and smile and like everything will be right in the world.
Sure.
You know?
Like a true citizen of the world, has citizenship in like 18 different countries.
So smart, great advice.
Yeah.
And so then like by the end of it, like it was just like a very empowering moment. And then you keep going throughout the like different events. And by the end of the like Sunday night was like the award show, quote unquote. Mm-hmm. And you're like, you went from like, I'm just happy to be nominated to like, oh, I really want to win. And so it's like this thing, it feels very Golden Globes-esque where you're all sitting at round tables. You go, you sit down.
Getting completely wasted. You're completely
I literally wish.
A cash bar for you. No one else. Everyone else gets free drinks.
Unfortunately, it was sober.
Okay.
Austin Film Festival, you can, up your game there.
Yeah. Okay.
So they're doing it. We go to sit down at our different tables. And who is sitting next to me at my table is Christina Hudson.
Holy shit.
But we're sitting down. It's like the award show is going on. And we're not even like, there's so many people at the table. Like we're not even really interacting. But I do feel like, like someone I know kind of is sitting next to me. So I feel like at least somewhat relieved. And then the category comes up. I obviously start to get so nervous.
Yeah.
And I will never forget it. She just like reaches over and like does like a very loving like squeeze to my arm or whatever. Aww. In a way that was like, you could just tell that I was nervous and she was trying to reassure me. They announced the category. I swiftly lose.
Oh, yeah.
And
he wouldn't be here today slumming it with me.
But like,
if you weren't an Austin Film Festival loser.
I know. And the other thing is like the other two people were great. I loved both of theirs. So it was like that was weird because you again like
she won randomly. Christine, they're like Christina Hodson for Birds of Prey or something else.
But then she leans over as the person's walking up to the speech, and I'll never forget this was like, you are my forever Miss Thing. She just goes, you were robbed. She's like, this is just the beginning for you. And then I'm not supposed to say that yours was my favorite. And it was like such a sweet, she didn't have to do any of that. Like she didn't know me from Adam. We had like a 2-minute conversation at a panel, but she could tell that I just like really needed some sort of like pick me up in that moment, and also was such a higher level than me at that point. Like,
right. Well, that's why she's writing for Margot Robbie movies.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, she didn't have to do that. Like, I was like a no one, and she already had like a 7-picture deal with Warner Brothers.
Totally.
I will ride or die for you, Christina, for the rest of my life. You are my Margot Robbie.
Love that.
Yeah. Sometimes it's like, just lie to me. Do you know what I mean?
Totally.
Where I'm like, some people aren't even nice enough to take the time to be like, hey, this person really just needs like a nice word right now.
Yeah.
And it's like, even if you said it to the other people, it's still nice in that moment. You're like a little bummed that you lost. Yeah. And to have someone in your corner even be like semi-aware enough to just be like, let me just like do a nice thing in this moment, even if I'm saying it to everyone. I'm like, there needs to be more Christinas in the world.
I feel like Carol Sturka would do the same, actually.
I think Carol Sturka would like slap and spit on me.
Totally. But if you were nominated alongside her, but like if she saw, like I do think like she would maybe, if she saw you were going through it, she would like maybe say you did a good job.
And then she would whisper to her lesbian wife, slow key in the closet. And then she would just be like, that is the worst piece of shit I've ever seen.
Totally. But at least she can play the game enough.
Yeah. But anyways, Greg, how do you make Margot Robbie all about yourself?
Well, listen, I'm going to zig. Just when you thought I was going to zig, I'm going to zag.
Okay.
And when I think of Margot Robbie, I think of the seminal film, A Big, Bold, Beautiful Journey.
way to my heart.
A film that, of course, you have seen and loved, and a film that I have not seen and probably will never see.
I think I might be the only one in the United States who's seen it.
But no, of course, my mind immediately goes to that because I think, it's one of her truly like
underrated
a highlight of her career and a highlight of my own. And of course, that reminds me of the time that I took a big, bold, beautiful journey of my own to South Jersey to visit some friends last time I was visiting home.
Okay.
Normally when I am visiting my mom, I'm pretty like homeward bound. I'm either between there or like going to the city. But this time I was like, I really want to see my friends who I haven't seen in a long time. I'm going to go drive down to like the shore points and meet them for brunch. So I took my mom's car in order to do that. And I don't know if this is true for all the moms in the country, but it is true for all the moms on the Eastern Seaboard. They all drive the same car.
Of course.
So I don't know.
What car is that?
Well, of course, I don't know the maker model because I don't see cars.
Yeah.
But they're all like a CRV.
Famously, this is Greg's. He says this all the time. He goes, "Me, I don't see cars."
Totally. And it's completely inappropriate. And I'm going to get canceled for saying it. But
I'm like, Greg, don't say that in public.
I'm sorry. I'm not afraid to admit it.
Yeah.
I'm car blind.
Yeah. But it's actually really scary to be in a car with him.
It is really
I'm
scary.
like, Greg, that's a car. And you're like, I don't see that car.
But I don't know if it's the case for like the moms by, I bet it is for the moms by where you're from. They all drive like a gray, like SUV, CRV, RAV4, what have you. They all are the same color and they all look exactly the same. Oh, and by the way, I have an issue with this.
What?
There is no such thing as an SUV anymore. SUVs used to have style. They used to have flair.
Yeah.
They used to be square. And now they are all shaped like an egg.
And by the way, what does SUV stand for?
Sports utility vehicle.
Oh, wow. Okay.
The fact that just came out of my mouth, I don't
know you.
No, trust me.
Are you straight?
I was channeling.
Yeah.
I was hive mind in a moment.
It's really
in that moment.
Sports utility vehicle?
I think so.
Okay, there is nothing sporty about them. Utility, all right.
Well,
vehicle, sure.
Sure. Yeah, it does get you from point A to point B. No, I agree. Well, they used to be sporty, and now they're all just like smaller minivans.
Yeah.
Let's call it what it is. America is minivan culture. Everyone really wants and needs to be driving a minivan.
It's a minivan makeover.
It's a minivan.
Yeah.
A minivan with none of the benefits.
Yeah.
And by benefit, I mean like the sliding door and like sometimes a TV in the back seat.
The best.
I mean, everyone wants a minivan in America, but no one wants to admit they want a minivan.
You know what? I want to stretch limo. What happened to them?
What happened to stretch limos?
I think we've talked about this on the pod. We've definitely talked about this on the pod. And I just want to say that, like, when Greg and I are going to our next big award show.
Yeah. We'll be driving someone in.
We'll be driving a stretch limo. And please say hi to us.
Drop it off to the valet.
Yeah.
We're scrounging up the money,
We
like
can't
divvying
make the
it
turn.
up.
We're like, wait, it's not wide enough. Oh no.
You'll know when we've changed.
Oh, absolutely.
And that's when we're driving.
Well,
a stretch
especially since you don't see cars. It's actually like really scary.
No, it's so scary, of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's beside the point.
Yeah.
But so I took my mom's car. I drove down to see my friends. I got a spot right out front.
Okay.
Right out front. Of course, they picked the place because they're more familiar with the area. It was in a strip mall, as all the best restaurants are.
Of course.
Including here in Los Angeles. That's kind of the case.
It really is.
No, but I was thinking, God, I had such an amazing spot. So I don't know if everyone's like this, but the famous thing about me is even if I'm driving down the street, like a 2-minute drive, I need an hour buffer on either either end to just sit in the car and stare at my phone. Yeah, sort of. That's like my version of gooning.
Yeah.
Some people do that in the privacy of their own home. I do it in an idling car in public. Just stare. Like, I need to decompress from the drive.
I have walked in on you in that moment, and I was like, I should leave.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
It's a private moment that I'm interrupting. Yeah.
I'm doing full goon face, just staring at my phone, brain completely atrophied.
And I'm like, Greg?
So I got there a little bit early. So I got about 10 minutes of like gooning out in the car before brunch. Went in, had an amazing time, caught up with my friends. It was so lovely. And when we were done, you know, like I was all pent up. Like, I've been using my brain. Yeah. I needed to we went and we got a coffee. I needed to sort of like caffeinate in order to go goon. So I get back to the car. And I just get in there and I sit. And normally I turn it on. It was like also cold in New Jersey, but that day it wasn't that cold. So it's like, I don't need the heat. I'm sitting. I'm immediately on my phone. I'm like, I didn't even press the button to turn the car on. I'm just sitting there. I'm like, I think maybe 15, 20 minutes go by. I'm just really, really, really deep. All of a sudden, I hear gunk, 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 gunk. Like the locks are going. I'm going, what the fuck is going on? I look up. I see some lady looking at it going like clicking the keys and the locks are going. I'm going,
oh,
lady, what the fuck are you doing? I don't know what's going on. This is my car. And I look around and I'm like, I'm not my mother's car.
Oh my God.
And to see this register on my gooning, going from gooning to being like, the phagometer cranked it up to 11.
You have to.
Hands to pearls. Immediately. Oh my God.
Wrists completely go down.
Oh my God. I am so sorry. I thought this was my mother's car. I didn't. By the way, mom's car right next door.
Of course. Same.
By the exact same car. Forensic, like forensic experts.
She also left her car open. I mean,
her car open.
Come on.
Who would ever do that? But truly, when I'm telling you, I'm even looking around, I'm going, this is my mother's car. Everything from like the thing that is in the car, like
the water bottle.
The water bottle, the thing that's holding the phone, the iced coffee with oat milk, the that's car half mount. Full. I'm like, oh my. Everything was exact. The package on the front seat, addressed to my mother, was there.
What did she say?
I get out. I'm like, oh my God, I am so sorry. I can't make eye contact. I'm being full, just a gaylord fucker. Like, oh my God. I thought this was I'm visiting. I'm in my mom's car. I thought this was my mom. She goes, hey, it's fine. I thought I got lucky. There's some young man in my car. But I had to be like, no. I am not a threat. I was completely sitting in another woman, gooning in another woman's car in New Jersey for 20 minutes.
That is so funny.
I was sitting in a woman's car. I could, if the shoe was on the other foot and I was her.
Honestly, I would be banging. I would call the police.
The police would have been on their way. I would not have extended any sort of grace. I would have tased them. I would have pepper sprayed them.
I literally thought you were going to say, I thought when you did the gunk, 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 I thought it was that you had been gooning for so long that like day to night that happened. And that literally someone was putting those things on your tires, like to start like towing you away. Like you had been like in the parking spot for too long.
Oh, sure. I mean, that was that's a very plausible thing. But like, no, it was a woman going, go. And I was going, lady, leave me alone.
You're literally like, you've been scrolling for so long. And then all of a sudden you see like a TikTok video. It's like, a man is in another woman's car, and then like it starts zooming in, and then it's like, wait, that's me.
It's me on live.
Yeah, exactly. And that's how you find out. Wow.
Yeah. And I was just, and I go, all your cars look the same.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I mean, it's actually, it's her fault.
And with that,
let's go to a break.
Sure.
Welcome back.
And it's time for Diva Down.
Yeah.
Diva Down, of course, is our final segment where we take a person, place, or thing that is currently, has fallen a little bit. In some cases, metaphorically, in certain cases,
literally.
And our Diva Down, and we give them some unsolicited advice, whether they want it or not. And our Diva Down this week is Cardi B.
Because she was twerking on a robot at an event.
Being all cute.
Being
funny,
so cute, kind of showing off.
Yeah.
And, she got a little too excited, too into it.
And the robot launched at her, if you have not seen this footage yet. And
it's incredible footage. So she was twerking on a robot and then fell down. The robot fell on her. It was a whole moment. Yeah. So it's sort of like she's literally physically down.
Sure. Well, he couldn't take his hands off her. And I mean, I understand.
And if you are one of the Jennifers who saw Greg and I with a robot at that pre-Grammys party, it's exactly basically that robot. It's as if Greg and I were twerking on that robot.
Totally.
Yeah.
I mean, we wanted to, but they wouldn't let us.
We tried.
We did. We did have to introduce ourselves to that robot and shake their hand.
Well, they were very specific about what we were and were not allowed to do, and they kept telling us to move to different spots, and we're like, we just want to do this bit, and then they wouldn't let us see anything too.
Would not let us see.
Good.
And would not tell me that my back was completely turned
and that you were out of frame.
Of course. But that's neither here nor there. I will say that robot was strong, had a lot of grip strength.
Yeah. To get right to my advice.
Yeah.
I would say Cardi in an immediate sense. Obviously now we already know it's been days and you are up.
Yeah.
And I would say you are someone who you're always surrounded by people, and I think some of those people should just sort of let you know maybe what's a good idea, what's a bad idea,
right?
Or just kind of if you are going to be surrounded, which you are, make sure that there's some people there to sort of catch you when you try one of these things, or just buy another robot there who's specifically there to catch you.
Yeah, I think you probably have the funds to invest in a robot that won't launch at you and will sort of, treat you with the respect that you deserve, the bodily autonomy that you deserve.
Yeah.
Totally agree. My advice is slightly different. I know Cardi's always working and she's working hard and she's always in the studio and she's always dancing. But this was a real moment where I realized I think she needs to get back in training, and particularly for the twerking, she needs to work on her Megan knees. And some people think I might be talking about Megan Thee Stallion famously, but I'm actually talking about Megan the dancing robot. Yeah. She needs to get in the studio and learn from that Megan how to twerk now, in this futuristic age we find ourselves in, with the chat GPTs, etc. When we are in a world with robots, where robots, you will dance with them and they will launch at you. So your knees need to be prepared for anything. You need to work on your Mithrigan.
Absolutely. And also, Megan 2 famously flopped. Maybe a way for Megan 3 to not flop, get Cardi B in there.
Cardi B should be in Megan 3. I think she could easily get it greenlit, and I think it would be a lot more fun than Megan 2.
Yeah.
And with that, I think there's nothing else to say. Cardi, keep making us laugh, because you are always making us laugh. If there's one thing you're always doing, it's that.
You are someone who has such a zest for life. And we can see that in how much you're just throwing yourself at robots. You're throwing yourself at everything.
At everything.
And we want the Jennifershas to throw yourself at our podcast by liking and subscribing on YouTube, Spotify,
Throw yourself on that 5 stars and above button. Throw yourselves at the follow button. Tell your friends. Call in. We have a number in our episode description if you want to call in with your Diva Downs, and we can do a Diva Down for you live on air.
And we're on Cameo, and also Cynthia You just had your opening night, and I think it was just in rehearsal still. I'm not sure, but
I think it's in previews.
Previews, you had your and that looked phenomenal.
Just sensational.
Sensational.
I'm seeing images from the curtain call. It looks stunning. It looks like a dark night at the theater. I can't wait to hear more and to see more.
Yeah.
Come on the podcast. I know you're busy, but I know we are an essential publicity stop for you.
Absolutely.
So with that, we love you.
See you next week.
Bye. Miss Thing Podcast is created, executive produced, and hosted by Greg Trimmer and Tim Zintek.
It's produced and edited by Benji Simons, with cover art and additional creative support by Claude Zines.
Follow us on TikTok and Instagram at Miss Thing the Pod.
New episodes drop every Tuesday. Watch on YouTube or listen on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Please subscribe, rate, and review, but only raves. Strictly 5 stars and above.
Follow Greg at Greg Trimmer and Tim at Tim_Zintek on all social media. BONK!